Every sales head wants their team to walk into a conversation prepared. But the true reality is reps spend hours stitching together account research from multiple sources, be it Google, LinkedIn, or any other tool. And by the time that research is done, it's too late. So, what if your team could just type a company name in Slack and instantly get a structured, insight ready account brief with key signals, recent developments, and even the right people to reach out to? In this video, I'll show you how to build exactly that. An AI powered account research agent using N8N that pulls data from your internal sources, be it a Google Sheet or a CRM, enriches it in real time, and delivers actionable insights straight into Slack. So let's quickly move into it. Now, the workflow that we have built on N8N starts with first integrating Slack onto it. So the most important thing over here is to see how can Slack get integrated onto N8N, or how N8N can be brought back into Slack. So the first thing that we do over here, we need to add N8N as an application that when we mention on this particular chat or any particular channel, then we are able to get the workflow triggered. So what we are doing over here is that in the app section, we are going and clicking on browse apps. And over here, when we go to browse apps, when we go onto the marketplace, we have that option of creating an application on our own by clicking on build. So what does this do is it integrates that particular application into N8N when we are creating the Slack credentials. So in this case, I have created this particular agent called as Account IQ, and I've integrated that over here onto Slack. So the first thing that this N8N workflow starts with is the Slack trigger, wherein if a sales rep or anyone mentions that particular bot, okay, or that particular app with the name that say @account IQ, research this particular company, then it gets that into the system as an input. So as you can see over here, I have run a test wherein I have asked to research this company right here, and it has captured that. Next, what I wanted to do is I wanted to extract the company name from that message, removing any other word like research, analyze, check, or anything like that. And finally, as you can see over here, I have the name of that company clearly mentioned. Then what we are doing is that, say, consider that you have your internal database or your CRM, which already has details about that account, but your sales rep is not aware about it. So what you would want to do is that you would want to fetch that data in to ensure that those details are there with your rep. So over here, we have integrated Google Sheet wherein, say, we have this internal account data with all the data of our accounts, our prospects. The reason why we are using this is to ensure that your internal data is also utilized well. And when we are doing that, we are adding a filter to specifically search for only and only that particular company. And as you can see, it has been able to fetch the details of that company entirely, along with the prospect that can be reached out to. Now, in case, say, for example, that company doesn't exist in the internal database, then we would want to have an external database that could give us that data. So that's wherein we are using Explorium as a platform. Now, Explorium is an API based platform that works in terms of enriching company level and prospect level data, wherein it matches the company based on the name or the domain. And these are the various options for enrichment that we get. Now, when I go back over here, the first step to use Explorium is to find that company on Explorium's database. So you're matching that particular business right here based on the company name. Next is we are enriching that particular company's data that includes firmographics, the funding or acquisition details, website keywords, what's the company web stack, and the website traffic. If we want to add any other enrichment options, then we can even do that by clicking on the drop down over here and seeing the various options that we have. And once that is done, as you can see on the right hand side over here, we have that complete enriched data that includes the business description, the funding, the revenue, and other details as well. Finally, what we also want to do is that using this internal and external database, we would want to structure it. We would want to have that entire data set researched and validated by an AI agent. So what we are doing over here is that we have used an AI agent and used OpenAI's chat model to get exactly that, wherein we are giving it the input in terms of, say, the name of the company that it needs to research, the existing data, if any, that was found from the internal database, and the enriched data that we are getting from Explorium. Then we have given it a system output, or rather a system message that we have given over here, that shares that what all things or how does it need to structure that particular data. Wherein first it starts with analyzing the data and the existing data that was provided. Then it generates insights based on the company overview, industry, business model and all. Finally, we have given it the exact format in which we would want that output to look like. And we are running this particular agent, and finally we have that output right here. Then what we are doing is that we are using the Slack node to send that response on Slack to the user who has requested for those details. So as you can see over here, when I go back to the channel, that is the account research channel that I have created, where I have added the account IQ. So if I say enter this particular company's name, what I directly got over here was the complete report. In terms of, say, if there was any existing database related to it, then I have the AI insights, I have the key signals that it had been able to find or not find, the recent news if there are any mentions, sales intelligence in terms of the qualification angle, the sales angle towards it, and if there are any key prospects that I can connect with. So let's quickly see how does this work in live. So from my internal account itself, I'll just quickly take any one particular company. I'll go back to my account research, and over here what I'll do is that I'll call that particular agent, that is account IQ, and ask it to do a research on this particular company. Now as soon as I enter this over here, what my workflow does is it gets triggered. So I can map all of the entire workflow execution in the execution section, and I can see that it is running over here. So we'll wait for a couple of seconds for this to complete the run. The run actually starts very simply, one with the trigger, then extracting the company data, that's the company name, fetching that company name from the internal database. Using Explorium, we can even add any other external agent that we have over here to ensure that our scope of research or our scope of getting that account level data also expands. And then we have an AI that organizes and structures it. So we'll go back to the execution to see if it has succeeded or not, and yes, it has succeeded. So within say 30 seconds we have that output ready and sent back to Slack. So as you can see over here, when I'm going back onto Slack, over here I have that exact account research mentioned, wherein yes, it was able to find the data in the internal database and it gave the complete overview as well. In terms of sales intelligence, it even tells me that okay, what are the different angles in which I can approach them. So this was about how you can actually use this workflow to do account level research and automate that entire thing and get that exact output onto Slack itself. So if you would be interested in having this particular workflow, then please comment for requesting this workflow. And at the same time, if you found this useful, please do like and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. And thank you so much for watching this one.